What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I got to have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me? This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, y'all? Said I'm glad you made it safely, sir. What up, though? Why y'all acting like I wasn't gonna stream? Like y'all act like y'all don't know who I am. Y'all act like y'all don't know who I am. It is what time? What time is it here? 6:50. It is 6:50 p.m. here. So the time difference is stark. It's 12:50 Eastern. It's 6:50 p.m. East. I don't even know what it is. Like it's Eastern our time, and then whatever it is here. Go ahead, go take a shower. Say hi to the people, and then go take a shower.
Hi, people. Croatia is Central European Standard.
Croatia is Central European Standard. Okay. Anyways, they said hi. Anyway, so I got a lot of work to do, but I'm definitely gonna be still working, and so nothing changes. Nothing changes on our end. Don't speak to her. Don't speak to her. She got, you know what I'm saying? She's an accessory. She's an accessory. I never miss Cree. White girls are thick here. They basic. They the same as they are back home. They the same that they was back home. You know what I'm saying? They the same. V Nicole says, "Hey Rita, hey friend." Oh, now I'm just friend when Rita's around. No, y'all treat me the same. Y'all treat me the same. So Croatia so far, I don't know how the show is gonna go today. I've been so busy running around, jumping back and forth through airports. For sure, Guapo. AD, what are your thoughts on Saunders holding, getting the rug pulled from under him? We could talk about that today. We could definitely talk about that today. How are you feeling after your flight? Refreshed. Refreshed. I was knocked out. I was asleep most of the time. I worked a little bit, and then I was pretty much asleep. I was kind of knocked out. So I feel cool. I feel refreshed. And I had a whole unit for myself on a Delta flight. You'll see it on the vlog. And I feel refreshed. Yeah, they're going to downgrade me to friend. No, keep me up as, hey, boo, hey, king. I want you to unlock me. I don't fly American Airlines or United. I fly Delta. You see a flower in the background. That's from the hotel. The hotel just do it like that. That's the hotel flower. So I don't even know if that's real. It might be real. It's like a little letter thing right there from the hotel, just saying thank you. So yeah, how was TSA during the shutdown? Cool. I got it all on the vlog. I'm gonna release it on a future vlog. I got from the valet to TSA in through TSA in 7 minutes. Valet through TSA in 7 minutes. So 3 essentials that you gotta have when you come here. Gotta have your cards. Gotta have your passport. All right. Mine is really beat up because I use it a lot. See, my passport is so up. And then you gotta have a brick. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your bricks. So your bricks is your money. So the equivalent money here is for every $1.30, every $1.35 of their money, which they use the euro, is $1 of our money. Did I say that right? Yeah, I said that right. Every $1.30 of their money is $1 of our money. So if you cash in like 8K or something like that, you're gonna get like 5,000 or something. It's 5,000 something. I don't remember what it is, but it's weird. So the conversion is weird. I don't remember. Yeah, the dollar is worth more than the euro. I got that backwards mixed up or whatever. So when I go to a place, I get the conversion, I get the money. Most of the time you just get 20. So I just get a bunch of 20s and I got some hundreds. They got $200 bills in euro over here and 50s. And I got some 50s in here too. Right. And you get a brick of money, you go party. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time and we're going to keep it moving. All right. Sell you those Meta glasses. I already gave them away. I gave it away to a girl. Have I seen any cryptocurrency? I don't know if only thing I seen about cryptocurrency is at the exchange. So you can exchange crypto for actual euros. So yeah. Got the party and work, Anton. 1117 conversion. I'm trying to buy my first property. Any advice? Y'all ain't talking about nothing right now. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Somebody in the chat was saying, I'm about to get started with the show. Somebody in the chat was saying, what is the Bag Chasers? Bag Chasers is a collection of winners. It's a group of people that's going in the direction that you want to go in. And it's on the Patreon. So we meet up in person. We talk about money. We talk about content creation. I teach about stocks. I teach about my experiences in real estate. I show my receipts. And so it's just a collection. And then we also link up on the Discord. If you are a Patreon member and you need to get into the Discord, the link to the Discord is in the description of the most recent video on the Patreon. All right. Y'all ready to get started with the show? Are y'all ready to get started with the show? Live from Croatia. We are about to live stream. Oh, and we got after hours tonight. Man, seriously, I feel like it seemed like it's late at night. It's dark outside. Let me show you my window. It's straight up dark outside. See my window over there? It's dark outside. Just came from the streets. All right. All right, y'all. Let's get started with the show. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Where is After Hours? After Hours is on the channel room 9. So if you go to somebody put it in the chat, please. Somebody put it in the chat. How do you know if something is worth more? Well, whichever currency that you exchange and you get less of, that's the one that's worth more. So if I change a dollar and I get way more pesos, wait a minute. I just said that wrong. The euro is worth more than the dollar. The euro is worth more than the dollar. Whichever one you exchange and you get more and you get less of, that is the one that is worth more. Whichever one. So if you exchange a dollar and you get way more pesos, that means that the dollar is worth more than the peso. If you exchange Canadian and you get more, then that means that the dollar is worth more than Canadian. If you exchange a dollar and you get less euros, that means that the euro is worth more than the dollar. So the euro is worth more than the dollar right now. The euro is worth more than the dollar. So that's just a rule of thumb. All right. If you exchange a dollar, you're going to get less euros. That means the euro is worth more than the dollar. Whatever it is you get less of, that's what currency is worth more. All right. All right. Euro is worth more. All right. We're going to go based off of what y'all say. Before I get into it, though, shout out to my girl, V. Nicole. I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in, showing love. My girl, Nurses Love AD. Mitch B says, hey, Anton, I'm on my way to complete my physical because I just got fully hired at the plant I've been working at for 2.5 years. Join the bag chasers. I'm just so thankful to God. That means you get that good insurance, you get that 401k, you get everything. Congratulations, my friend. JC says, sent an email in support of nonprofit. Sent email in support of nonprofit. What nonprofit? Y'all want me to support a nonprofit? Aaliyah, what up? Aaliyah says, hey, Anton, I'm glad you made it safely. What up, Aaliyah? What up, baby girl? Baby girl. That's not a long time, Will Nola. A lot of people go into a place, even as a tech worker, a lot of times you go in as a contractor and then eventually you get hired in. Hey, did y'all hear what happened to Matt Barnes? Matt, y'all, let me know if y'all want me to talk about that too. Give me a second. I got to make a phone. We'll save Matt Barnes for after hours, y'all. All right. We're going to save Matt Barnes for after hours. Yeah, extorted by IG model. All right, y'all. So we do have to remind me to talk about Sonder. Yeah, see that happening. Trump. Let's just jump right into Trump. Hold on, give me a second. Let's jump right into Trump because he had a message for Democrats while he was signing the bill. And so I want to get into that. The show will be a lot more structured tomorrow. Give me a little bit of grace because I literally just practically touched down. Literally, and I'm still streaming with y'all. All right, let's get to it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
In the Oval Office, about to reopen officially the government. Let's check in.
Well, thank you very much. This is a big day tonight. Very important what is taking place because we've seen how good government can be, how bad government can be. People don't know what they're doing. For the past 43 days, Democrats in Congress shut down the government of the United States in an attempt to extort American taxpayers for hundreds of billions of dollars for illegal aliens and people that came into our country illegally, from gangs, from prisons, from mental institutions. They wanted to pay them $1.5 trillion, which would have really hurt our healthcare businesses and our recipients at levels never seen before. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort. The Democrats tried to extort our country. In just a moment, I'll sign a bill exactly like we asked Democrats to send us all along, many days ago. This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. Republicans never wanted a shutdown and voted 15 times for a clean continuation of funding. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation, and we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history, and they did it purely for political reasons. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Majority Whip Tom Emmer, and numerous other great Republican leaders and congressmen and senators who are here and frankly spent a long time in Washington getting this thing to go away. I also want to thank the broad coalition of Americans that stood with us in this fight to reopen government, including the Teamsters, the American Federation of Government Employees, the Fraternal Order of Police, AMVETS, the National Small Business Association, the American Farm Bureau, the American Trucking Association. These are all incredible patriots. The Airlines for America, the Allied Pilots Association, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, and many, many others, unions and non-unions. Over the past 7 weeks, the Democrats' shutdown has inflicted massive harm. They caused 20,000 flights to be canceled or delayed. They departed so many times, so late. People were hurt so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything like this one. This was a no-brainer. This was an easy.
Can y'all imagine? They actually caused over 20,000 flights to be delayed. Trillions of dollars in economic activity, and that is money that is supposed to be circulating around in the United States of America. Because every dollar that is not spent is jobs, income, businesses, taxes. Our economy, our entire economy, any economy depends on the dollar circulating. If the dollar, listen, what people don't understand is that we need people to be broke. We need people to vacation. We need people to be broke. We need people to finance. We need people to believe in the system. We need people to take trips. We need people to go out and buy clothes, support businesses. We need people to take flights, get hotels. We need people to go out to eat. We need people to go and see movies. We need people in order for the money to, and this is what's so wrong with socialism, right? Because socialism puts the circulation of the dollar in the hands of the federal government instead of having it as a free enterprise. So you naturally moving money around, investing it, taking it out, going, getting a mortgage, buying a house, getting contractors. That is how a community thrives. That's why when a lot of times a company will say, hey, listen, we're thinking about opening up this big business over in your area in Memphis, Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles, wherever, right? And New York, anywhere in the United States of America. And they say, hey, we're thinking about opening up this business over here and we need some help. Or we thinking about building this skyscraper or this business or whatever, and we need some help. And the taxpayers will say, and they do it with teams, NBA teams, NFL teams. Chicago recently just lost the Bears, and the Bears are going to be in the suburbs. And the reason why taxpayer money is funded or credits is giving to businesses that invest in the city is because it generates much more economic activity that the city then benefits from in the form of taxpayer dollars, businesses being open, construction crews working and spending, living, working, playing all in the same area. City planners are necessary. When you think about 20,000 flights getting canceled, do you realize how hurt the airlines, how hurt the travel industry is? And the Democrats literally are holding that money and holding people and holding resources because it's less about getting paid. It's less about whether or not you was working and you're going to get your check later. That's not the key. I'll give you an example. One of the reasons why Portland is so dead, another liberal city. One of the reasons why New York is going to fail. One of the reasons why everybody is leaving, everybody left, a whole bunch of businesses left California. Now California is operating at a budget deficit. Portland is suffering from the fact that a lot of people don't go outside anymore. They're not incentivized. What people also don't understand, and I'm gonna really break this down for y'all because I want y'all to learn something. In addition to the entertainment, I want y'all to learn something. Do you know why Detroit is the city of the future? A lot of people don't understand it, but it's the city of the future. It's ours to lose. It's because over the last 20 plus years, we've had exceptional business people working with politicians, despite the fact that we're a liberal city, and great city planning. We have moved all economic activity inside of the city. The Pistons used to be in Auburn Hills. Now they're playing at Little Caesars Arena. The Lions used to be at the Pontiac Silverdome. Now they're playing directly across from Comerica Park, which was built right after they got rid of the old Comerica Park. And the Pistons and the Red Wings and all four teams all play within a 1 mile radius, all of them. The business leaders, the Hudson's building, right? I recently had an opportunity to talk with some people in the business community that's a part of that, right? And JP Morgan moving into that building, the General Motors moving into that building, the park spaces, the DeQuinder cut, all going through the neighborhood. All of it is strategic. And the reason why so much economic activity, despite the fact that New York is going to have a $4 billion budget deficit, Chicago got a $1.6 billion deficit, Los Angeles got a $1.5 billion budget deficit. All of these, almost every single liberal city in the United States of America, every single major liberal city, Houston got a budget deficit. All of them got a budget deficit except for Detroit. It's because the business leaders are working effectively in tandem with the politicians to then generate more revenue by making sure that they plan effectively for more money to circulate within our local economy. And that is why it is going to continue to explode and grow in value. I'm telling you, this is why I told y'all to invest in it 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, because the numbers tell the story. When business people look at a play, they don't look at what culture and social media is saying. They look at the numbers. They look at city planning. We're operating at a budget surplus. We're growing in population. We're getting efficient and hiring more police officers. It's a reason for that because more money is circulating every single year inside of the city, which is generating more revenue. So when the Democrats then shut down the federal government and they say, well, listen, we're going to hold the government hostage and we're basically not going to circulate money, while at the same time saying that our cause and our purpose, because they had to pick one in order to do it, our cause and our purpose is healthcare for all, Obamacare, continuing to permanently extend Obamacare. They kill and destroy the United States of America. Everything that we've seen Democrats do, because the ignorant people will say, well, Democrats are fighting for the poor people and all of this stuff. What they doing is basically killing your ability to be able to stand on your own and do for yourself. Everything that Democrats do tie you more to the federal government. Everything that Republicans do let you operate on your own free enterprise and say, hey, listen, we're going to give you more money in your pocket to do what you want to do. That's the fundamental difference in Democrats versus Republicans. Democrats want you to be more dependent on the government. Republicans want you to be more dependent on yourself and do what you want to do with your own money. Democrats believe, and socialists believe in controlling money, controlling healthcare, controlling the population, controlling the circulation of dollars, controlling housing, controlling rentals, giving more and more and more red tape for you to be able to open up your business. Republicans say, hey, listen, keep more of your own money, less property taxes, smaller government. You do what you want to do with your own money, but you live and you die and you fail and you succeed on your own merit. That's the difference. That literally is the difference between Democrats and Republicans, which is why you see Trump scolding Democrats right now.
Extension, but they didn't want to do it the easy way. They had to do it the hard way. And they look very bad, the Democrats do. They deprived more than 1 million government workers from their paychecks and cut off food stamp benefits for millions and millions more Americans in need. They caused tens of thousands of federal contractors and small businesses to go unpaid, and the total effect of the damage their antics cause will take weeks and probably months to really calculate accurately, including the serious harm that they did to our economy and to people and to families. So I just want to tell the American people, you should not forget this. When we come up to midterms and other things, don't forget what they've done to our country. I also want to call for a termination to the filibuster so that this can never happen again. If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again. And don't forget, we have another date coming up in the not too distant future. We can never let this happen again. And we should be able to pass great, really great legislation. So I say terminate the filibuster because, by the way, the Democrats will do it immediately if they ever assumed office, which hopefully they won't. Today, we had the highest stock market price ever in all of the different markets. We set a record. It's the 48th time in the 9 months that I've been in office that we had this record set. So think of that, 48 times we had a record set, but today is the highest of them all. We're going to break new grounds. Nobody would have thought. I have with us not only the great political leaders, but the great business leaders of our country. They're standing right behind me and right really alongside of me. And if we would have told them a year ago that we'd be having stock prices this high, none of them, in fact, I just asked them that question, none of them would have believed it. And that inures to jobs and, very importantly, to 401ks, which have also set a record today, a record high for the people that have 401ks. And also, I want to thank Walmart because they came up with a fantastic study. It was the cost of Thanksgiving coming up and the cost of Thanksgiving from a year ago under Sleepy Joe Biden. And we're 25% lower this year than we were a year ago. And it's a very inclusive report. So I want to thank Walmart. They've done it for many years, but we believe in that, and we believe in that company. I want to also thank the 8 Senate Democrats who finally did the right thing in voting to end this craziness, this madness. But unfortunately, the vast majority of congressional Democrats were happy for millions of Americans to suffer. They really did suffer too. And
we down 1% today, yeah, but he did this yesterday. All right. So this actually came out 14 hours ago. All right. This came out 14 hours ago. This is not in real time. We're reviewing what he said 14 hours ago.
Democrats admitted, they said, well, no, we finally have a point. Even though people have to suffer, we finally have a point. And that didn't work out too well for them. But they really went out and they could appease the fringe benefits of their far left base, but that didn't work out because now their far left base is angrier than ever before. We actually elected a mayor of New York City who happens to be a communist. When was that going to happen? Remember, I said all the time during my campaign, we will never be a socialist country. And that's right. We turned out to have a communist in New York City. And if you look at his views, those are the views of a communist, not a socialist. So this is no way to run a country. I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again, end the filibuster, terminate the filibuster. It'll never happen again. So with my signature, the federal government will now resume normal operations, and my administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again for all Americans. Again, costs are way down. Energy is way down. Gasoline is at $2.50 a gallon versus $4.70 for the Democrats. And we think we're going to hit pretty close to $2 a gallon. That's like a really massive tax cut. It's the equivalent of that. And
depending on what state you're in, because different states got different taxes on gas, depending on what state you're in.
Speaking of tax cuts, our great, big, beautiful bill is giving everybody in our economy, middle income workers, low income, everybody, the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And it's no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and very importantly, no tax on overtime. You work overtime, there's no tax. That's among the things that add up to the biggest tax cut in history. And one other thing, you hear about rich people with deductions. Well, when you buy your car and you borrow money, you're allowed to now deduct the interest on that loan. So you can take that interest deduction and what you can take is that interest payment and deduct it for income tax purposes. That's a tremendous tax cut right there. But it all includes fixing the healthcare system that Democrats broke with the.
Y'all said, where's the tax refund? Y'all haven't even gotten the tax season yet. What? Are y'all good? You haven't even gotten to tax season yet. Go ahead. Why are y'all looking for a tax refund and y'all haven't even gotten to tax season yet? What is wrong with y'all? Are y'all good? Are we all good? Rita, are they good? Because Rita said y'all not good. Do I want food? Why? What did you order? And which one was Jamie? Which lady is Jamie? The one who loves me? Oh yeah, you can go meet with her. You can go meet with Jamie. No, I don't want nothing. If they got something to drink though, that'll work.
You want me to bring it now? Or?
No, I'm cool. I'm chilling. All right. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. All right, y'all. Let's see. How am I a mess? What did I do? Send help, Rita. We ain't good. What up, Jennifer? What up, Keisha? What up, everybody? What's up, everybody in the building? Y'all said, what was y'all saying about the H-1Bs? What I do know is happening is that they're terminating. Well, before I get into that, let me read some of these Cash Apps and Super Chats. It's funny you say that, Britton. As a Class A CDL holder with all endorsements, this is much needed. I'm going to get there. We're going to talk about it. Let me see. Got to acknowledge the people that support the platform before we continue on, y'all. First of all, I want to say what up to Frank White. Says help gas for work, $25 till this Saturday. Oh, hell no. Let me see something. This is almost like a Nigerian scam. That's almost like a Nigerian scam. When somebody Cash App you $1 and they say, let me hold 25 till the weekend or till this Friday. It's like, oh, hell no. I'll send you your dollar back, though. I'll send you your dollar back, though. That's like a Nigerian scam. I'm sorry, bro. My people said I got to stop giving out money. I also want to give an acknowledgement to Christopher Williams. Thank you for holding me down, Christopher Williams. Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you, Spencer Campbell. And Mike, that dude. What up to Mike, that dude? Let me also acknowledge some of the people in the chat. Chase Barnes says, happy Thursday, AD and Pete's. I'm glad you made it safely, my good sir. Yeah, I appreciate you. And thank y'all for y'all prayers because my flight was smooth. Fine Shouty. What up, Fine Shouty? Says, hi, Anton. I love your show. I'm a 27-year-old realtor. Debt-free, 10K stocks. Should I put 30,000 cash in a home and live with a tenant, or could keep renting until my lifestyle changes, single with no kids? What are you paying? What are you paying in rent? That's the question that we should be asking ourselves. And you don't have to send another super chat. I just want to know. What are you paying in rent? Fine, shouting. Debt-free, 10K in stocks. Should I put 30K cash in a home or live with a tenant? So basically live with a roommate and keep renting. Oh, put 30,000 in a home and live with a tenant. So basically you want to rent out a portion of your home, or you want to rent out a room. You want to get a roommate and get the house, or keep renting until my lifestyle changes. Listen, the first question that you got to ask is, what are you willing to endure through? And do you need the tenant in order to get the house? If you're going to need the tenant in order, you're not going to get even close to a return on that house, depending on what area that you buy in, unless you live in it for at least 10 to 15 years. You're paying $1,850 by yourself, and you want to put $30,000 down cash in a home. What area? That 30,000 should actually be in stocks. At the very least, you should have that in at the very least, you should have that in the S5.E231 or VOO. Yeah, I think that 1,850 is too much. You're paying too much. That's a lot for you to be paying by yourself. It's 1,850. Shit, you can get a 2-bedroom and get a roommate, and a roommate could be a wild card. I don't know. Honestly, there is no wrong answer. I'll answer it like this. What would I do? What would I do? I would, if you don't have at least 20% to put down, then I would just keep renting, because first of all, I'm not paying PMI. I'm not paying private mortgage insurance. That 30,000 should really be 40,000, the 10 plus the 30 going into a brokerage account. I would lower my expenses by getting a different apartment. Probably can cut that in half since it's just you by yourself. And then I would stack up and put at least 20% down. That way I don't have to pay PMI. And then I would allocate monies to make sure that I paid off my mortgage as soon as possible. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. And then I would get with a high value man, since you would find shorty, and then have him pay your rent. Have him pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? That's the least he can do, right? Have him pay your rent. Y'all can pull this shit off. Hold on, let me see this. Let me see this. You're welcome, baby. But y'all can pull this off. I think that women are seriously discounting themselves. Women are seriously discounting themselves. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Just a question. I'm just trying to understand. What are y'all doing? Do I have to teach it? Do I have to start pivoting my content to teach y'all a class on how to get the most out of these niggas? Huh? Because I'm going to tell my guys how to avoid getting themselves set up in a situation. But I also may have to let my ladies know how to be able to finesse some rent payments out of these dudes. Because y'all are too independent for me. Why are y'all not getting your listen, if you're not at least getting your phone bill paid, if they not making sure that you got a roof over your head, and if you're not at the very least making sure that you're getting your meal subsidized, you're doing it the wrong way. You are a woman. You ain't got nothing but opportunity. You are the opportunity. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You telling me that y'all out here paying $1,850 a month? Matt Barnes was giving a chick $5,000 a month, and he had never even seen her, according to what he said. We're going to get into it tonight. That's what he said. Let me pull it up. Hold on. That's what he said. He said out of his own mouth that he was sending a chick $5,000 a month just to shut up. I'm not telling y'all to finesse a dude. I'm just,
and by no means am I.
He sent her over $61,000 according to his own story. Now, I didn't want to get into this, but we're going to get into it now just a little bit, just to support my argument.
Sharing this, and by no means am I sharing this story for empathy or sympathy. I'm sharing this story because a lie can travel around the world before the truth wakes up. And although this is all being handled legally and people are in the process of being sued, I wanted to address it because the bullshit continues to come out. For like the last 6 to 8 months, there's been a lot of bullshit, particularly posted by Tasha K, and some new chick just got into it, Jesse something, about messages, text messages, voice audios.
I'm going to do a separate reaction to this on the Anton Daniels channel. We're going to get there, but let's just follow along for a second. And I'm going to tell y'all why y'all doing it wrong, ladies.
All this shit. And it's 1,000% all bullshit. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to show you some receipts to show you that I'm not lying. Because unfortunately, today, you got to do that. So this started July of 2023. My ex and I had split up for about a month. And this chick DMs me and I entertain her. We go back and forth.
So if y'all listen, just off that alone, I know that women is doing it wrong. I'm not going to get into Matt Barnes' aspect of it. That's an entirely different video because on the Millionaire Morning Show, the way that we look at content is completely different than the way that we look at content on the Anton Daniels channel and on Room 9 After Hours. Okay. So what I'm telling you is these dudes are crazy. They are willing to entertain a woman that they have never even seen before that DM them on the internet. And y'all telling me that y'all out here hustling and paying a bill? Again, I'm not telling y'all to go and finesse a dude, but what I am telling you is that the value add should at least, from what y'all doing out here on a general basis, the value add at the very least should be, you should be able to get your rent paid. You should definitely be able to get your rent paid. Let's hear a little bit more. Let's just get into it. This may be the first time y'all hearing this.
Conversation is spicy, but we never met, never kicked it, never met, never seen this chick one time in my life. And then
never seen this woman one time. Now I'm just going based off of what he said. He's never seen this woman one time in his life.
Fast forward, my ex and I got back together. So I told her, she got a little weird, but she kind of just fell back. So moving along, we get back together and we end up doing this reality show. And while we were on this reality show, we find out we're pregnant. So we announced that on the reality show. And when that airs for the world to see, I start getting hit up from different phone numbers, tripping. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to expose this. So this started. So I think to myself, like, expose what? Like, we've never kicked it, met, person, shook hands, hugged, none of that shit. So I'm like, expose what? But at the same time, you know, my ex was a little older, which is a high risk pregnancy. And I didn't want no bullshit like that coming out. So this chick said, pay me or I'm going to release our text, our conversation, our DMs. And I'm like, you really don't have shit. But again, okay. So I start paying this chick some bread for about a year. And I'm going to show you those receipts too. And during this time, I'm kind of just tapping in with her because she's a wild card. She's a nut.
Listen. Let me say this. I know yesterday they was trying to get on me because they say I'm a nerd, right? They was trying to get on me. They was trying to get on me and they was trying to say that I was a nerd, right? I'm a lame, I'm a nerd because I stay out of the tuck. And, you know, just because I got money, don't unlame a lame. That was from, I forgot what the guy's name was, whoever it was in the chat, right? But I'll tell you one thing. Actually, I'll tell you a couple different things. First things first, I ain't never got finessed out of no money from no woman. Not a day in my life. I ain't never sent no hush money. I ain't never ever sent a dime to a chick in my life. And see, when I was saying, hey, any woman that comes around you, not just the ones that you're dealing with romantically, but any woman that comes around you, you should be signing a consent form and a non-disclosure agreement amongst other paperwork. And y'all said that I'm crazy. You got these fucking NBA players who is supposed to not be the lames, right? They're the opposite of me. I'm the nerd, they're the jock. I'm the nerd, they're the jock. These niggas is getting finessed in their retirement. In their retirement, bro. Mr. Ayers, that was his name. The bussy boy. All of them getting finessed. You wouldn't believe how many dudes actually is going through the same thing as Matt Barnes. He's just the one that had to announce it because he don't want to continue to get finessed. This dude, ladies, ain't no way that y'all sitting on that meal ticket that y'all got right up under your fupa. You got a meal ticket right up under your fupa, and you over here playing games. Is some simp out there. Donna, I don't have to worry about this nonsense. I ain't never had to send no hush money. I ain't never had to worry about no accusation. I ain't never got caught up with no chick that was finessing me in my DMs. Never in my life have I ever had to worry about such a thing in my life. Y'all sitting on that meal ticket up under that fupa, and you out here struggling? What's wrong with y'all? What, you don't think it's some lower tier Matt Barnes that's out here that's willing to make sure that your rent is paid because you bring him peace? You bring him peace? That's all right. The way that I teach my fellas on how to preserve a bag and protect themselves and run up a bag, I'm gonna do a separate series for the ladies on how to finesse these niggas out of $1 million worth of game. The $1 million worth of game is gonna be rebranded from the Anton's perspective. I'm gonna show the ladies, because see, this is only gonna be applicable to my group. I'm gonna show the ladies that FUPA is still worth something. At least a half of M. Ain't no way in the world y'all should be out here struggling. Let's see a little bit more. Because I'm gonna do it, like I said, I'm gonna do a separate reaction to this
case, and kind of just checking in, having empty conversations to make sure
I got you, Keisha.
she's cool. September of last year, we have the baby. And I keep paying her until the end
Carmela
of the year,
says,
so until
can't
December.
do
I think
it.
December
I've
6th was
got
the
a
last time
conscience. I feel so bad. Can't do what? Get your rent paid? Listen, nobody is telling you to extort people, but it is guys that are willing to pay your rent because they want you comfortable and in peace. Now, if that's what you want to do, now if you want to sit here and go out here and struggle for a good conscience, I don't really know what's bad about your conscience, but if that's what you want to do, have at it, baby. The rest of the ladies, they going. And I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to do it.
in her bread. So come January, she flips out. You need to do this. If you don't do this, I'm going to expose everything. So I just confessed. I told my ex, like, look, showed her the DMs, the conversations, proved that I'd never kicked it with the chick. But this chick starts going crazy and saying, I'm going to expose you and you just wait. And I'm going to show you that too, so y'all can see. But she just starts going on a rampage. The one thing I will say is this chick is good. We had DM for a little bit. There's some voice audios.
This nigga is DMing and sending voice audios to chicks he ain't never met before. These are some of the biggest tricks that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's insane. Insane. Anyways, like I said, I didn't mean to do this just for this, but I definitely wanted to have a conversation with y'all because it ain't no way in the world that y'all should be struggling the way that y'all struggling. I'm gonna review the whole thing in a different video, but it ain't no way in the world that y'all ladies should be struggling the way that y'all should be struggling. CT AD about to have y'all selling box. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody selling no box. Ain't nobody selling no box. Look, if you're not a simp, you don't have to worry about it. If you took Anton's anti-simp class, then you don't have to worry about it. If you took the anti-simp class, you don't have to worry about it. But if you didn't take the anti-simp class and you believe that you need to lead with your money in order to get a woman, then watch out. Because I'm going to just give the game. I'm going to give it all. I'm going to give the game on how you can change your expectations and then change your circumstances. Because ain't no way in hell that women are supposed to be working the same way that men. They're going to be giving you all the euros. Because I want to love you. Have a good time. And now you know the euros, I just learned this today. The euro is worth more than the dollar. Because I want to love you. You want 200 euros, baby? 150? Want another 50? I got you. I got the whole batch. I got the whole batch. You want some euros? I got euros. I got euros. I'm about to be out here spending my euros. I done went and got me some euros. Euros for chick that eat churros. Euros for chicks that eat churros. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Matt Burns was giving away more. He was giving away that in a month. Every single month he was giving away. I said, no, you didn't, Matty. No, you didn't, Matt Burns. Man, listen, these niggas can't say nothing to me no more, bro. I don't have no respect for all of these dudes that send the go along, get along gang. I don't care what their platforms are. I don't care if these niggas is former NBA players. These niggas is lame in real life. Don't matter how tall they are and how many basketballs that they shot. Don't matter none of that. None of that. None of that even matters. They out here getting extorted by chicks that they ain't even never seen before. That is crazy. That is crazy. Out here getting extorted by dude chicks you ain't never seen before, and you sending the bag and you married with a baby, second family? Shit. I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it. It's amazing. But we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of the super chats. Chase Barnes. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Shout out to you. Fine Shorty, I read yours. Shadow Dragon. What up, Shadow Dragon? Says it's my birthday today, and I took time to reflect on who I was 5 years ago since I first found your channel to who I am today. Just want to say thank you for the irreplaceable abundance of knowledge and inspiration. Happy birthday, Shadow Dragon TV. Another year around the sun is always a blessing. Matthew Frost says, looking for affordable life and health insurance, the Army National Guard offers great coverage and benefits for you and your family. Contact your local recruiter to learn more. I need the Army advertising on the Anton Daniels channel. That's who I need. I need the National Guard. I need the Army. I need the Navy. Become Navy strong. And I'm a pitcher too. Hey, guys, listen. You know the one thing that I regret as I was coming up that probably could have saved me a lot of headache, especially considering that I've recently become a staunch Republican. Liberal Anton wouldn't have liked this conversation, but conservative Anton, grown-up Anton that loves his family, loves his community, and loves his country. You know what I would have done differently? I definitely would have considered going into the Army, the Navy, the National Guard, maybe even the Air Force. You know why? Because not only do I feel a sense of duty of serving my country, but it also has great benefits. Yeah, absolutely. Did you know that you don't even have to pay property taxes depending on where you buy your first property? Did you also know that you can get lifetime healthcare coverage and insurance? Yeah, absolutely. And look, they pay for free college. And if I just so happen to not even want to continue, I can leverage that in order to get into my career field. And people really definitely respect service members. You know what? I don't even want to sell you on this. I don't even feel compelled to even take this as a sponsorship. But I don't talk about anything that I don't truly believe in. And so you know what I'm going to do for you guys? Call your Army, Navy, military recruitment today and just talk to them. Tell them Anton sent you. And then more importantly, consider this. If you're tired of standing on corners and you're waiting on the raid van to pull up, you could be doing something more productive. Not only could you be serving your country, but you can also be getting paid for it. Go and talk to a recruiter today and tell them Anton sent you. That was freestyle. Now that was freestyle. I gave y'all that one for free. Call me or go to antondaniels.com. Go to my website. Put in an inquiry. I have my people talk to your people, and we can definitely make that shake. All right. I know y'all took a sponsorship away from Jonathan Majors when he was being Ant-Man because he got accused by a white woman. I don't have any white women in my life, so we don't have to worry about that. Come and talk to me. I'm going to make sure that you guys are taken care of. Okay. All right. Listen, the one thing that I can do, two things is for certain. I could sell. I can definitely sell. I could sell water to a well, boy. See, look at him. He's not wrong. My sister came up with a PTSD military dude. See that? See that? I'm a salesman. That's what I do, baby. That's what we do. Sales is the greatest career ever. Faye Nowitzki says, how does the no tax on overtime work? I've been so confused, Anton. Well, I haven't deep dived into it because it doesn't apply to me. But if I'm not mistaken, you pay taxes on the first 40 hours. You don't have to pay any additional taxes on the overtime. I'm not sure exactly how they structure it. If it's something that you get back, if it's something that they take out of your check, I'm not sure, but I can do some research. They call me Mr. Bibbs, says, just saying hello to everyone. What up, Mr. Bibbs? Wesley Turner says, cats like Matt Barnes is why Kevin Samuels never included athletes in their high-value man comment. Facts. Wesley, you are so accurate. You are 100% accurate. Five Brown says, for the people that say you a lame without money, how would we ever know? I've always gotten money. That was a bar on yesterday's show. Facts. How will we know? How will we ever know? Because Aaron L says, "Go be rich and very unknown. Own very boring businesses. A pencil making factory, paper clips, tires, investors, and don't trick." Shout out to my dog, Aaron L. Mr. Lot says, "Lord, deliver my fellow brethren from Boxalitis. Amen and hallelujah." What up, Mr. Lot? Spacer says, "Apparently Brittany Renner was right about athletes." Oh, yeah, absolutely. She can always finesse her athlete. Skinny Boy Morrison says, "This is why I judge and criticize women that ain't got nobody, because it's a guy out there willing to take you on." Poor Legacy says, "Shell of a man equals simp type behavior." Aaliyah, what up? Aaliyah says, "Who trying to pay my rent?" Wait. Aaliyah. Him downstairs ain't paying the rent? I'll be trying to wonder why you working so hard, girl. Kelsey Clark in the building says, "Anton, what makes it so bad is that it probably isn't a woman." Bro, if you're getting finessed by AI, that's crazy. Rob B says, "80, don't be surprised if Matt got caught up by a dude scammer in Africa." Health is Wealth says, "My middle son is a detective in the Army. I'm very proud of him." Bob Brown says, "What kinky stuff was he sending via DM for him to be $61,000 worth of scared for her to show the DMs? This is bull. Is 45 not a rookie?" Like you said, lame. Sister, what up, sister? Says, "Good day, Mr. AD. I really like the silver in the beard and love Rita sightings." Oh, we going to get rid of this silver. And we going to get rid of the Rita sightings, all right? If you notice, I've been displaying her less, and I've been displaying my daughter less. I've been talking about them less because people don't appreciate my greatness. People don't appreciate the fact that I've been doing this and been successful doing it, and that I'm not a simp, and that you can still be successfully married. People don't appreciate it. They don't. Kenneth Grisby says, "I learned electronics for free from the military, and now I earn mid-six figures. Currently vacationing in Cali, Colombia, watching the Millionaire Morning Show. Much love to AD and the Chasers." If y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Thank you, Eric. Says, "I love your content. Appreciate you very much." Hey, can y'all do me a favor before we get into the next part of the show? Y'all can do me a favor. I was looking at After Hours, and I realized that we are roughly about 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers short of hitting our 100,000 subscriber mark, so I can get these plaques for the family, so I can get these plaques from the friends. All right. We almost there. We almost there, and I want to get these plaques for the family. All right. Hey, why that ain't there? Why did that? Okay, let me get that up there popping. We almost there. We're about 1,000 away to getting these plaques for the family, and I want to make sure that they get acknowledged by the end of the year. So if you can, room nine. We got over 2,500 people in here watching this show live from Croatia. And so I would love for you guys, if you have not, make sure you subscribe to Room 9 so we can make sure that we get them their plaques, y'all, because I got too many plaques and I got to get my friends some plaques. Already subscribed. Thank you to the people that's already subscribed. Yeah, man, subscribe to Room 9 right now while we talking about it. You ain't even got to close out your browser. Just go and subscribe to Room 9, and I want to get them these plaques before the end of the year. All right? All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. All right. We unexpectedly took a turn on Matt Barnes, so we now going to pivot back from that. We unexpectedly took a turn from Matt Barnes, and we did Trump. We did Matt Barnes. We could do a little bit of epsteining. But let's talk about Zohran Mamdani. He pulled back up to New York. He visited Harlem, and he's preparing for his transition. Let's see what Mamdani is up to. I'm on Mamdani. This is what I know for sure. All right? This is what I know for sure.
I am going to, the best and the worst thing that has ever happened is Zohran Mamdani becoming mayor of New York. A lot of people don't know this. Me advocating for Trump to become president actually worked out worse for me than it worked out good for me. And I'll tell you why. It's because I made so much money off of Biden. I made so much money off of Brandon Johnson. I made a ton of money off of the incompetence of Gavin Newsom and Lori Lightfoot and the mayor of Los Angeles. I keep forgetting her name, Karen Bass. Nothing works better for conservatives than incompetence on the Democrat side. So when they get elected, I feel for the country. I feel for the people that's in New York City. I feel for the people that they govern, but it's a blessing. A lot of people don't know that. Like, they think that when conservatives or Republicans win, that we win more. We don't. We actually lose more. We would do way better if we actually had more Democrats winning and being incompetent. Because incompetence is valuable. There is so much resources in watching people fumble and fail that would have been more beneficial to the platform, and it would have been more popular and more. Yes, Tiffany Henyard is the perfect example. So when Tiffany Henyard was incompetent over in Dolton, Illinois, and Thornton Township, I made a disrespectful amount of money off of Tiffany Henyard. Do you know that people still watch those Tiffany Henyard videos and I still get checks from that? So when I see people do dumb stuff, it's a blessing. It's a curse for New York. It's a blessing for Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Just telling you the truth. Just telling you the truth. When people do what they're supposed to do, I don't really make as much money. When people do dumb stuff, I make a ton of money. I make a ton of money. Bro, do you know how much of a blessing it is that Matt Barnes just did this? When Diddy got his case, you know how many content creators ate off of Diddy? You know how many people benefited off of Shannon Sharp fumbling? Matt Barnes came at the perfect time. Everybody was quiet. Nobody was tricking off. Nobody had got no false lawsuits. Everybody was doing what they supposed to do. The government was opening back up. And I'm like, news is slow. I guess it's time for me to go to Croatia. And lo and behold, Matt Barnes popped up and was like, you know what, guys? I've been sending $61,000 over to this chick that I've never met any before. And who knows, it might have been a Nigerian scammer. So when I see Zohran Mamdani, boy, this is Christmas come early. Christmas in November. Zohran Mamdani is Christmas in November. Bro, listen. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something real quick. I want to just show you how beautiful Mamdani is for me. Why I love him. Why I think that he's a blessing. And why I will always pray for his greatness. Why I love him, why I think he's a blessing, and I will always pray for his greatness. Let me just show you something really quickly, because a lot of y'all really don't understand. You don't get it. You know, I'm transparent. So I searched for the title Mamdani over on my videos. This is the most recent one. So that one just got published on the 9th. 250,000, 10,000 likes, 3,000 comments, 181, 49, 126, 176, 3630. And that's only 8 videos. That ain't got nothing to do with shorts. That's just videos. Mamdani is box office, baby. He's box office, baby. I love I pray for Mr. Carter moms, and this is just one channel. This ain't got nothing to do with the Millionaire Morning Show. None of that. I pray for the Zohran. I don't look at it as a bad thing by him getting in office. It's bad for New Yorkers, good for people like me. Bad for New Yorkers, good for people like me. All right? So go to Harlem, big dog. Go take care of your business. Do your thing. Run it up. Be the man of your city. Be the man in Harlem. Zohran, 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 Zohran. I love that dude. I honestly love him. I think that he is great. I think that he is great. Dude is awesome. Let's get to it, though.
It was Zohran Mamdani's first
Look how
visit
fake
to
he
Harlem
is.
since he won City Hall.
Look how fake he is, y'all. Who just walks down the street with a painted on smile like that? Who does that?
It was Zohran Mamdani's first visit to
Who walks down the street with a painted on face like that? Bro, dog is the fakest politician that we've ever seen in our entire lives, bro. It's not real. It's all a front. It's all fake.
Harlem since he won City.
Come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is all a scam. This whole situation is a scam. You said that's a real smile? You think so, huh? All right, cool. Well, he's back in Harlem after he taken his international trips.
City Hall. 2, 1. Attending the ribbon cutting for the new multi-million-dollar headquarters of the National Urban League.
As we cut the ribbon on this new headquarters, we are taking a step in the direction of freedom and empowerment for so many in this city.
Mamdani received a warm reception from an audience that included most of New York's prominent Black leaders, many of whom were instrumental in his victory. Among them, the Reverend Al Sharpton.
As the transition goes, are you pleased with what you see so far?
I'm pleased so far, but we still have a long way to go. I think that we're looking for diversity, and I think that the mayor-elect has reached out, and he's getting the right counsel so far. But the proof is in the pudding before I cut a slice.
Mamdani won the city's predominantly Black neighborhoods with over 60% of the vote. Last week, he appointed an all-female transition team, and on Monday, his first deputy mayor and his chief of staff. Mayor Adams told an online talk show today that he made diversity a priority.
The first Dominican to be deputy mayor, the first Filipino to be deputy mayor, the first East Indian to be deputy mayor, the first Trinidadian to be deputy mayor, the first woman to be a police commissioner. I mean, all of these ways I showed that I was going to be mayor for the entire city.
Several Black leaders we spoke with say they're willing to be patient and to take the mayor-elect at his word.
I do like that it seems to be bringing people in who have experience doing this.
I'm anxious to see what will come. I think everybody is, and I think it's really early. But today's appearance is a step in the right direction.
Mamdani has said that the transition is a work in progress, that he's committed to excellence and diversity. His website has already fielded 50,000 resumes. NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy that
the CEO of America's biggest bank, Jamie Dimon.
This is crazy that we even having this
Zohran
conversation.
Mamdani's first visit to Harlem since he won.
He is literally pretending to be the mayor of New York City. He's already playing the role. He's walking around with security. He's taking international trips. He's doing speeches. Man, this dude that came up so good. This guy has won. He has won in life. And I'm not mad at him. I mean, you know, he's going to destroy the city in the process, but I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad that he finessed his way. I mean, for God's sakes, he didn't even had a job. He was a former rapper. Now he's doing ribbon cuttings. You got Al Sharpton endorsing him now. Trump used to be actually integrated and cool with Al Sharpton. Trump actually was friends with Al Sharpton, bobblehead Sharpton. This was when he was fat, though. This is when he was fat. He is the greatest American story. You can't make this up. He won mayor of New York. Wasn't born on American soil. That's how I know that black people, again, I'm gonna hold my black people accountable. I held my snow bunnies accountable for and droves at the biggest turnout in New York City. Our young white women, white apologists, liberal women, made sure that they got him elected. But the news just told you he won over 60% of the black vote. Miss me with your FBAs, miss me with your black powers, miss me with all of this tether talk and all of this. Y'all wasn't rocking with Eric Adams. He was black. Y'all had a black candidate up there that was born right here in the United States of America, and y'all decided to elect Mamdani. Y'all got behind the person that's not from here. Miss me with this tether talk that y'all got going on. This, I don't know if you guys are from here. Y'all showed up for a person that's not even from the United States of America, that has never had a job, that appropriated your culture as a rapper, and now he is mayor of New York City, and y'all showed up at over a 60% clip. I don't believe these niggas. I don't believe them. I don't believe nobody, because the numbers tell a different story. The numbers tell a different story. The numbers tell differently. Talking all of that talk, we do this, we standing for this, all of this other nonsense. I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you, not even a little bit. Not even a teeny bit. I don't believe you. Cap, he's never had a job and you voted for him. Cap. All he had to do is give you a fake smile. A fake smile. But, I mean, he went and he running it up. Oh, Slimmy. Oh, dog, we going to have a good time on the show tonight. You going to have a field day tonight, Slim Dog Millionaire. Slimmy, you're going to have a field day tonight. Mika, Slimmy, I got the whole crew coming. I'm not sure if anybody is going to miss. I don't think nobody missing tonight. I think we're going to have a ball. They're going to earn their stripes today. They're going to earn that paycheck tonight. Yes, we did. He interviewed like a king for mayor. Oh, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Let me read some of these super chats. Slimmy, I'm over in Croatia having my way, bro. I'm over in Croatia having my way. Started the new channel AD and doing the daily climb live streams on this channel as Elevate to the Unknown has another strike. What? What do you mean Elevate to the Unknown has another strike? Another strike from who? How? I don't get it. How are y'all getting strikes? I don't think I've ever got a strike in my life. Dre with the K says no tax on overtime is deducted on your taxes. You can deduct up to $12,500 as a single person and $25,000 if filing jointly. I'll be doing it while $25K. All right. Niniola Ayola says, "What up? Been bringing Creator Mastermind So many new gems. Yes, I do. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. All production. What up, though? Al Sharpton's love for Trump was in his body fat. Jay says, what the F, bud? 130 to 1. Can't do 30% of 10K. Wow. Listen, it's equivalent. The prices is equivalent. And then when you leave, you trade it in and you get American dollars again. Brian, the filmmaker, says this will make for a great movie one day. Love he got when he became mayor to all the hate he's going to get when he messes up the business capital. We gonna see. We gonna see. I'm gonna be there watching, and I'll be making videos all the time. Tune says Mamdani has more about his raps than career on Wikipedia. How do you get a Wikipedia? Somebody said that the other day. They said, Anton, you ain't got a Wikipedia. I'm like, was I supposed to? What's the point of a Wikipedia? I'm trying to understand that. Can somebody tell me the point of a Wikipedia? Oh, man. I got HR on the top of my YouTube. I hope they don't start recommending videos from Croatia over here. I hope they don't start recommending videos from Croatia over here because I got HR. You know how I got YouTube and then it have, like if you're in the Dominican Republic, it'll say DR. Got that HR on the top of my YouTube now on my premium. Let's pivot for a second. I want to go over into the CDL. So 17,000. All right. 17,000 CDL drivers, commercial driver's licenses were revoked in California.
Licenses for thousands of commercial drivers across the state were revoked. That includes operators of semi-trucks, school buses, and even some construction workers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says that this is because they were illegally issued to, quote, dangerous foreign drivers. But the Trump administration and Governor Gavin Newsom's office have different stories about why this happened. NBC4's Alex Brosier joins us live from the Commerce truck stop with those details. Alex.
Yeah, today the Department of Transportation put out a statement saying that those 17,000 CDLs were revoked in the state of California because they were illegally issued. But the governor's office quickly responded, saying the Department of Transportation just isn't sharing the truth. Today, truck drivers got back on the road after filling up at the Commerce truck stop. On the same day, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said the California DMV revoked 17,000 commercial driver's licenses in the state because Duffy said the CDLs were illegally issued to, quote, dangerous foreign drivers. This morning, the California DMV asked the governor's office to respond, and Governor Newsom's spokesperson said, quote, once again, the Sean Road Rules Duffy fails to share the truth, spreading easily disproven falsehoods in a sad and desperate attempt to please his dear leader. The governor's office says the impacted drivers are not illegal immigrants and that the licenses were withdrawn due to, quote, inconsistency with California law. The DMV didn't respond when asked for further clarification on what that means. But the news comes 1 month after a semi-truck driver who was in the United States illegally was accused.
Wait. So 17,000 drivers got their driver's license revoked. Get it. I expected for something like this to come down once you had the two. Actually, it was three, but the two most recent ones was this crash right here, where the driver was an illegal migrant that had a driver's license that was issued in California, and he basically killed a bunch of people, and he ran over a bunch of stuff, and then he pulled over and he got arrested. And then also the CDL driver that got his license in California that jackknifed this truck trying to go. Actually, it didn't jackknife. It just was trying to go around illegally a turn, and it killed somebody that was driving a minivan. And so you had to know something was going to come down or go down because a lot of those stories had been swept under the rug. Then we seen the Trump administration require all of these drivers to be able to speak and write and read English. And that should just be standard, because how can you be safe or effective if you don't even speak the language? You can't even read the street signs. So we seen that. We seen the illegal migrants getting arrested. We seen Gavin Newsom in California pushing back. And now we're in a space where they're revoking the driver's licenses of 17,000 commercial drivers. You had to know that it was coming. But here's the question. What is Gavin Newsom talking about? He's saying that, okay, well, listen, that's not why they was issued, or somebody need to tell the truth or whatever like that. Cool, I'm with it. So what is the truth? Politicians are very good at this. They're very good at finessing. Very good at finessing their answers. Very good at finessing the system. Very good at lying, to tell a half truth, to leave stuff on the table. I seen Wes Moore the other day, and he was interviewing, talking about redistricting Maryland, even though the majority of the counties in Maryland is blue and you only have one red one. And I'm like, why would he do that? And the reporter asked, why would you do that? And then he started talking about Trump. And it's like, this don't have nothing to do with redistricting your state. Like, what are you talking about? But here's my question. Does that mean that it's more open positions and that you're going to actually have higher salaries, maybe even pandemic level salaries, because you got over 17,000 of them off the road, unless they just continue to drive and the companies allow for them to? And the companies need to be held accountable for this nonsense also. Companies need to be held accountable for this nonsense.
Accused of causing a crash that killed 3 people in Ontario. And it follows the California DMV's announcement in September that the DMV cannot issue or renew CDLs to people who are here legally in the United States but are not permanent residents or citizens.
We have definitely seen the impact on our students.
Rosie Trujillo is the office manager at the Los Angeles Trucking College.
We've had students here.
Office manager at the Los Angeles.
She built like a briefcase.
Impact on our students.
Rosie Trujillo.
Come on, Rosie. Pick it up, baby.
Trujillo is the office manager at the Los Angeles Trucking College.
We've had students here, and he had already his license, was working, family man, so he just had to go to the DMV and renew his license. He had a DACA. He went, and when he tried to renew it, he couldn't anymore. They said that they don't accept it unless he has residency or citizenship.
And Rosie says most of their students weren't born in the United States.
Not a lot of people that have the citizenship or residency want to do this. It's people that come from other countries with DACA, with work permits. They're the ones that really want that change in their life.
No. They marketing this wrong. It's not people are from other countries. Is that most of the people are here illegally, and California has made a way for them to be able to do this. California is dying. You know, the reason why Kamala Harris didn't run for governor of California had nothing to do with her aspirations to become president of the United States of America again. I don't think that Kamala Harris is ever going to run for president of the United States of America. I think that she's eventually going to parlay her big windfall for her book deal into some political correspondent or some cabinet member or maybe some university tenure or something like that. And she's going to continue to capitalize financially off of the fact that she was able to run for 107 days, which is the name of her book. The reason why Kamala Harris isn't running for governor of California, which she would easily win, is because she knows, and most other people know, that it's a shit show. Have y'all ever watched that movie called Fun with Dick and Jane? I think it's called Fun with Dick and Jane with Jim Carrey. Yep, that's it. Have y'all ever watched that movie called Fun with Dick and Jane? That movie perfectly describes what California is. Everybody that is running for mayor or governor of California is inheriting a shit show. They're inheriting a shit show. So let me give y'all the cliff notes for some of y'all that may be too young to watch Fun with Dick and Jane. Jim Carrey worked in corporate America. He thought that he was getting a promotion, right? When he thought that he was getting a promotion, what they were really doing was setting him up as the fall guy for an Enron-like company. So while they were pillaging and robbing the company of everything, And the owner or the real board member and CEO of the company was getting on his private jet, and he was basically taking all of the money and stealing it because it was like a Ponzi scheme. Jim Carrey was getting promoted, and he was like, oh my God, I can't believe it, babe. We're doing really, really well. And so it was really like a parody of Enron, but it was on some true shit. Like they really had became villains. They started stealing people's grass, all kind of stuff in order to patch up their own grass. And that turned them into villains and all of that stuff. But the point that I'm making is that whoever inherits some of these cities with no capability of being able to turn it around is basically inheriting Gavin Newsom's trash. So while they pillaged and got rich and raped the whole state of California and ran it into the ground and pretended like they was doing something, whoever catches it next are going to be the fall guy. They are going to be the fall guy because they are basically being exposed for the fact that they ran that whole state into the ground. Mamdani is absorbing a $4.6 billion budget deficit. And this nigga is promising y'all free buses and rent freezes. He's running out all of the people that actually pay more than 50% of the taxes and employ the people over in New York City. And y'all think that he's going to do something for y'all. All right. Okay. I'm with it.
Lives, and they were the ones coming to get their CDL license. We're just afraid that it's going to impact and affect our business, and we don't want it to. We want to be here for a long time.
It's going to impact your business.
So the bottom line is the Trump administration and Governor Newsom's team tell different stories about why this happened. But either way, 17,000 drivers with CDLs in the state of California are no longer able to legally drive with that CDL here in the state.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they can also drive in the other state. And I'm also wondering, does that open up opportunities again for people that are United States of America citizens to go and get that money? Getting a CDL, what a lot of y'all don't know, getting a CDL was one of the fastest ways for you to get on your feet, get your life together, and start making some money. Didn't matter if you was a felon, didn't matter if you was, you had fucked up your whole life. You can go and get your CDL and you can hit the road and you can start getting some money. I think a lot of our people are very lazy. A lot of our people are very lazy. You said getting a CDL was harder than you think? Shit. I know motherfuckers that was thirsty. I ain't saying thirsty like for some box. I'm saying thirsty like my friend Thirsty that was in room 9. That was strong as fuck, didn't have all of his marbles. I know niggas that didn't even know they left from their right, and they was able to go through classes and eventually get their CDL. Bullshit. You can't sit there and lie to me. I know some dudes that was just straight up off the reservation that was able to go out and get their CDL. And they hit the road. They could work as much as they wanted to. And they out there getting the bag. And shout out to all of my CDL holders. Shout out to everybody that's getting that money. Shout out to everybody that's running it up. I know dudes that was halfway, half house, was able to get their CDL, and they was able to get out there and run up a bag. You know what's so funny? I know people that came straight out of jail and came straight out of prison. And in 2 years, 3 years, they were doing better than people that was outside. That's how I know that people are just lazy. Facts. People not even speaking a language is getting CDLs. What are you talking about? If people that's not even speaking the language is getting a CDL, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? I don't get it. What's so hard about it? If people that's not even speaking the language is getting it, what's so hard about it? Ty Hill said he got a book with the CDL with all of the answers. Oh, a lot of us is just lazy, bro. A lot of us is just straight up lazy. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Jay says Wiki is a bio, waste of time. Anyone can edit it. No, I didn't say that it was worth it. I just said how do you do it? All Production, I appreciate you for the super sticker for holding us down. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let me see something really quickly. Just want to see something. Appreciate everybody that subscribed to Room 9. You guys are absolutely awesome. CDL, FBI. Y'all want to briefly cover the Epstein files because they basically going over this almost every fucking day. But cover it from a liberal's perspective. All right, y'all don't want to. Oh, I know what y'all saying. Y'all said Epstein files. I'm with you. We got to cover Sonder. We got to cover Sonder, y'all. And the reason why I think it's important for us, somebody asked me to cover Sonder, so I'm going to cover Sonder real quick. Yeah, I agree. Epstein files. Nobody gives a fuck.
Tonight, hotel guests left. Tonight, hotel guests left stranded and caught in a travel nightmare.
We have a horror story that just happened to us today.
Minjin Chin and Kevin No are in the process of moving apartments in New York City. The travel content creators say they plan to stay at a Sonder property for 2 weeks. They paid in full and then got this email.
We got the email Sunday. First off, it was like, is this news even real?
The news, very real. The short-term rental company that promised visiting would feel more like living. We call it a Sonder, cutting everyone's stay short.
We just got evicted from our hotel.
We're basically moving to another hotel right now. They're saying they can't help us.
Sonder announcing they filed for bankruptcy 1 day after Marriott terminated a licensing agreement with the company.
What current guests learned is that they had, in some cases, less than 24 hours to vacate.
In a press release, Sonder's interim CEO says the company had unexpected challenges with tech integration and a sharp decline in revenue.
What is your advice to customers who aren't sure what to do here?
My advice to customers would be to reach out to your credit card company and to try to contest any sort of amount that you paid without having those services been received. Secondly, it would be to reach out to Marriott, both at a general corporate level and also at your property.
In a statement, Marriott says they will support guests currently staying at Sonder properties and those with upcoming reservations.
It's very stressful, kind of very hectic, and it was definitely not something that we had planned for.
Sonder did not respond to NBC's request for an interview, but customers are not the only ones who were affected.
There's thousands of us now that don't have a job going into the holidays.
Sonder employees were too. One posting this video online showing a property in New York with a sign reading, "Notice of closure."
All right, so this is what Sonder was. A lot of people not even familiar with who Sonder is. But Sonder is basically a hotelier, hotel brand / apartment style living brand. They were basically in between getting an apartment and staying at a hotel for people that were looking for that lifestyle, whether long-term, like for a longer period of time, or even for short-term stays. But it was basically apartment style living that you could book through a carrier like a Marriott or something like that, right? So how is this relevant? Why did Sonder go into bankruptcy? Well, we haven't been able to substantiate exactly why Sonder goes into bankruptcy. I suspect it was because they wasn't meeting the expectations of Marriott, along with liquidity issues because they had problems paying their bills. And so they had too much overhead, too much debt, too many expenses. and they couldn't sustain their brand. And that's why Marriott then decided that they wanted to part ways with them. And let me tell you what it means to part ways. I actually talked about this in a Patreon, but I talked about it from a financial perspective. OG Pope says Marriott been developing everywhere in New York. They have not. They have not. You guys have no idea what Marriott does, do you? Bag chasers that watched the live stream that I just did a couple days ago that I reposted on the Patreon understand it. Marriott traditionally has liabilities, some assets and liabilities and expenses from their previous tenure of who they licensed or who they marketed themselves to be. They actually used to be a hotel chain. Marriott is a licensing company now. They are correct, DJ Ace Productions. Marriott is not in the hotel business. Marriott is in the licensing business. Like McDonald's was not in the burger business. McDonald's was in the real estate business. But they're marketing themselves as a hospitality chain, right? So when Marriott swallowed up, all right, let me give y'all a little bit of a history lesson of the finances. I'm going to give y'all a small smidget of some of the stuff that we discuss inside of the Patreon. Just a teeny bit, not much though. Marriott in 2016, I believe, actually purchased or merged with Starwood, right? Starwood had the Sheraton. They had all of their own hotel brands. Marriott had their own hotel brands. You can get a Starwood card. You can get the actual Starwood or whatever. But now, if you are the man, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. What the F happened to you? You can get you a Marriott Bountiful card now, right? Now you can get you a Marriott Bountiful card, or you can get you a, not that one. So many heavy cards in this B. Or you can get you, let me cover that up, the Bonvoy Amex. So you can do either one, right? You can do the Bonvoy Amex or you can do that one. But here's the key. They merged their operations so that they can create synergy, that they can eliminate jobs and eliminate costs while at the same time rebranding themselves as a licensing company. Well, what does that mean to be a licensing company, Anton? It means that they make more money off of people saying that they are a Marriott hotel and then leveraging their platform, leveraging being able to book through Marriott properties through the app. And so they charge these places to be a part of the crew because they know that people like me are loyal to the brand, and it's much easier for me to find a hotel and say that I want my points because points matter. And I am a Marriott member and I'm going to stay at a Marriott property. That's what it means. It means that people care about staying at a Marriott property and that they would then charge brands and hotels to be able to license their product and then buy into their application, buying into their ecosystem. So what happened to Sonder? When Sonder was no longer able to generate enough revenue to keep up with the licensing agreement, and they were also having trouble paying their bills and meeting the expectations of what Marriott deemed necessary for their customers, Marriott terminated the deal, and then immediately right after that, Sonder filed for bankruptcy. Immediately after that, Sonder filed for bankruptcy. Fi Brown, I would have you to know that I am a authorized user. I'm an authorized user. So I'll give you an example. This is a brand new card. But it says I've been a member since 15, baby. Yeah. Listen. I'm not going to give you the game. But if you can't find no chicks to add no value inside of your life, what are they there for? Same with this one. What is that? Member since 25, baby. 25. If you can't find a chick that adds no value into your life, that cannot add you as an authorized user, then what are we here for? I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I know that y'all want me to talk about it some more. So it really doesn't matter. Go and get you a chick that can add some value into your life, and then y'all can figure that out too. I don't want to talk about it. Listen, I don't want to be around nobody that can't add no value for my life. Me and the ladies that's all around me, we get money together. We run up a bag together. We figure out how to go and get more money. How to go get more money. I don't have no card. I'm an authorized user, baby. Would you think that I'd have never applied for anything? I'm just an authorized user. I got trade lines, all of that. Don't worry about it though. That's a whole nother live stream. We got a whole nother conversation that we need to have about that. That's not a part of what I'm saying. We're talking about Sonder here. Let's continue. Fi Brown always trying to put me on the spot to be able to say certain things.
Found out was Google. Ebony Rivera worked for Sonder as a front desk hospitality agent for a little more than a year. She said she found out she'd been fired through posts on the internet and alerts
Fi
in the
Brown,
Marriott
like
app.
you need to go get you a new stable then, big dog. Your stable wrong. You got the wrong. Some of you niggas got the wrong stable. I'm not dealing with y'all. I'm gonna keep going.
Some people found out from guests will get paid out for any hours worked, PTO, things like that. Because of the financial things that are going on within the company, they could not offer severance at all. And we would have to apply for unemployment.
Ebony and her husband both worked for Sonder.
See, we got a Dusty. We got a Dusty. You was just talking about credit last. Do you know what it means to be an authorized user? Do you know what a trade line is? They don't get it. They don't get it. We gotta, hey y'all, we gotta pick it up. We can't keep being slow. We can't keep being slow. We have to pick it up. We cannot be slow. Y'all gonna have to catch the fuck up. You gotta catch up. You can't be this slow. You can't be this slow inside of the chat. You gotta pick it up. What I shouldn't even have to explain it, and I'm not. What don't need to be said, what's understood don't need to be said. What's understood don't need to be said. God bless you, big dog. Good for you. Whatever you think, I agree with you.
Kids, a 9-year-old and a 5-month-old.
Obviously, everybody has bills. We were expecting, to have some type of Christmas, kind of looking slim on the holidays for things.
And the couple we spoke to, they say they booked and paid for a new accommodation on their own. They tell us they don't know when or if they'll get refunded for their Sonder booking. We reached out to Marriott to ask them about some of their specific concerns. So far, we haven't heard back. But on their website, Marriott is telling customers with Sonder reservations, and I'm quoting here, to contact your credit card issuing bank to initiate a refund request. They go on to say any refunds will be processed on the card, which the prepayment was processed.
Yeah, Marriott again. If y'all want to learn more about this, if y'all want to have this conversation, and make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We just did a live stream where we went over the hospitality industry, and I actually broke down Marriott specifically. Yeah, Lord be with them. Lord be with them. I broke down Marriott specifically, but the reason why Sonders filed for bankruptcy is really because Marriott no longer wanted to do business with them. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Why do I have to explain everything? This is what I'm wondering. Are we that slow? Do I need to explain every single thing in detail so that y'all can understand? Are we really that slow to where y'all don't get it? Like that I have to break everything down in detail. I have to tell you the exact context in which I'm referring it and all of that stuff. Are we really that slow, or can we pick it up, y'all? I shouldn't have to explain. You said, I mean, we are room 9. That's fair. That's fair as fuck to be honest with you. AD can put me as an authorized user. I'm trying to get at 800 at 740. Bro, it's nothing you can buy at 800 that you can't buy at 740. That's number one. B, I can't add you as an authorized user. I'm an authorized user. I can't add you as an authorized user if I'm an authorized user. Oh, I'm working on my people. I'm working on my people. I'm working on my people. Oh my God. I'm working on them. I'm working on them, bro. I really am working on them. Oh, Jesus. Good God. I'm going to add you, nigga, and I'm added. That doesn't even make sense. I'm praying, bro. I'm praying. Charlita, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell them how to exchange. You add me as an authorized user. I get your credit history and the beautiful. You get to leverage some of the points. Let me be quiet. I'm trying. Y'all don't know how to broker. Y'all don't know how to deal. We so stuck in the fucking 1970s. Y'all don't know how to pair up. Y'all don't know how to do business together. Y'all don't know how to come together and run up a bag. Y'all don't know how to exchange healthcare for housing. Y'all should literally be brokering y'all way up to success. You know why? Because we truly don't have any group economics. That's why we so off. That's why we so off, because we don't understand how to work together. We hate each other so much that it's hard for us to fathom that you can have people in your life that add value to you and you can add value to them, and then y'all both benefit from it. And, you know, there could be a lot of stuff. Hey, listen, you beautiful. Oh, man, I love the way you look. You my muse. You know what? Let me bring you over here because I think that you can add some value into my life. I need you to come over here with me to this thing or to accompany me to this thing. And then this is the value that I'm going to add into y'all life. Y'all don't know how to work together. Honestly, y'all don't know how to work together. You don't know how to leverage each other. You can't identify anything that's good about her because the only thing that you're looking at her for is box. Nigga, if you gonna fuck, then the box is gonna come with it. What else we got to talk about? Let's figure out some other stuff. Let me teach you something so I can show you how to get a bigger bag. And in return, I'm gonna leverage you in order to be able to get a bigger bag on this front. Or maybe we can partner on this idea, right? You good at this, I'm good at this. Let's figure out what the paperwork is going to look like. Let's look at the splits and let's run up a bag together. We so stuck in the fucking 50s and the 40s. We still arguing about this dumb shit. Everybody in your life can be an asset. Everybody in your life can be an asset. But we sitting here going back and forth. We sitting here arguing, and we could be really, really taking advantage of each other in a good way. Not using each other, but taking advantage of the opportunities that both of us bring. She brings something unique. I bring something unique. He brings something unique. She brings something unique. Why are we not working together? Why are we not figuring it out? Really, y'all don't need anybody. You don't need anything. You don't need anybody. It's not for everybody to come along. But no, we want to sit here and continue to go bad and try to pocket watch and say what somebody shouldn't have or what they should have and all of this stuff. And it's like, man, what are we doing, bro? Why are we arguing? What is the problem here? Got to get the different adapter. You know, when you go over to a different country, you got to get a different adapter because they got different outlets. What are we arguing about? We can get money and we can have good relationships and we can both benefit and everything can be amicable and we can have great situations. Nah, but you want me to hate the hoes. Like, nigga, I'm not hating her. You know how much money she helped me make? How much value she bring into my life? I'm not hating a chick. That's so dumb. Anyways, we got to do better. We got to smarten up. Honestly, we just genuinely have to smarten up. We so slow to the table. We're so slow to the table, man. Crazy, bro. I want so much better for us. I really do. I want better for us, but I guess we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And it's crazy because I see women. This is what I'll see, right? I'll see women saying, I want this type of gal, or this is what I want. And then they'll see somebody that can add that type of value. And you don't even have to necessarily be a boyfriend or a girlfriend or get into a relationship, but we got to see people for value that they bring that's outside of just something physical. Is the only thing that you can get out of a chick is some pussy? Is the only thing that you can get out of a guy is some dick? Or is it more to the story? Is it more that we can get out of this? Because you smart as hell and you just not able to put it together correctly because you don't see the vision. That's how Apple came together. Wozniak and Jobs, both Steves. Woz was the programmer, developer, the genius on that end, but he didn't know how to put it together. He didn't understand user experience. He didn't understand the needs of the customer. Steve Jobs was like the orchestra. He put together, he was the person that directs the orchestra. He put together all of the pieces and they all won. They all wind up getting equity into the company. They all wind up getting super rich. But no, we can't work together. You know why? Because we're not like-minded and you're not on the same page as me. And you so busy worried about X that you then spite your nose and turn it up. And so we got this spiteful mentality where everybody is so angry. Sex is not even hard to get. Why is that the priority? Sex is not even hard to get. Why are we so focused on it? If you're above the age of 30 and you still trying to figure out where to get box from, we got a bigger problem on our hands. Nigga, box is plentiful. That's not even something that you should chase. We should be more focused on how we can come together and build something. Somebody called me today. Not even called me, they text me. Because I was on a plane and I didn't get the notifications until I landed. And he was saying, Rita gonna text me talking about, I forgot to tell you, you could be naked in the sauna here. What? My dog called me. He said, have you thought about making movies? Or he texted me and I said, oh, no. He said, have you thought about making movies? The returns on Tubi and Amazon Prime are lovely with the right cast and the script. And I said, I haven't. What do you mean? Like funding a movie? Explain it to me. And we going back and forth. We're literally going back and forth talking about it, right? And so he says, yes, movies and TV shows. Film industry is opened up wide open for people like you. And then he goes on and he explains it to me. And I was thinking to myself, shit, I need to call him afterwards. Because I never thought about that. That's not something that I would just naturally think about because it's not something that I've ever done before. But if he has the insight and the wherewithal, because I know who he is in real life, if he has the insight and the wherewithal, and then they need the funding and they need the infrastructure, I could provide both of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he hit me up and mining out business opportunities. And I'm like, he got my wheels spinning. And now I'm like, you know what? That might be a play. That might be a play. I don't want to have to deal with the day-to-day, but I definitely maybe want to get into the industry because I own a media company. And so I don't know, it might be a thing. But that's my point. It's like opportunities are around us everywhere. Everywhere. I met your car just live streaming. And then we connected in person, and he been holding me down. Today, I'll pay your car more than 6 figures a year, and we work together. Just because he seen the value add and he wanted to add value, and then we was figuring it out, and we made it make sense, and we both benefit from it. I mean, he is a supreme value add for me, and I'm assuming that I'm a value add for him, and I can't speak for him. I can only speak for me. And so we figure it out. Mika, I don't even know how me and Mika got in touch with each other. Me and Mika work together so much that people think that we in a relationship. But you know what the thing about it is? It's who adds value into your life. It's not about fighting. It's not about hating each other. It's not about who can do something to who or all of this shit. Bro, the minute that you stop being focused on what can happen to you, you'll start being more focused on what value you can get and what value you can add into other people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are so short-sighted. People are so small-minded. They just don't think beyond what it is that they don't like about a person. And that's the thing that's keeping you broken. It's the thing that's keeping you down. I was on a plane today on my way here, and I was doing payroll, and I was thinking to myself, damn, there's so much money going out to payroll. But one of the reasons why there's so much money going out is because there's so much money coming in. And so people are adding a lot of money in. They coming in with deals. They coming in and helping me generate more revenue. And so I like spending the money because they helping me make more money. But we so short-sighted. We so short-sighted. Anyways, expedited show today. I'm gonna read some of the super chats. Expedited show today because Tondog is on a different time zone. So technically it is 8:50 here, even though there's 2:50 back home. And I think I'll be back on my regularly scheduled program. So I am going to get some work done. I also have to take care of some business. And yeah, man, we're back to our regularly scheduled program tomorrow morning. And we got after hours tonight on the Room 9 channel. All right. But I did want to make sure that I stream with you guys, and I wanted to kick it with you guys, even though it's only 2 hours instead of 3 hours. We'll get back to our 3 hours tomorrow. All right. Let me read some of these super chats. Yeah, I'm 6 hours ahead here. Kind of throwing me off, bro. It's supposed to be light outside and it's dark outside. Just wanted to say hi. AD says, yo, it's Eric. Car Concierge says the super sticker. What up, though, Car Concierge? TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, what is your personal value system? I don't know what that is. Only personal value system that I have is Jesus. It's the only way I can measure myself is through Jesus. That's it. My personal value system is the Word of God. It's the Bible. It's the Bible. It's my personal value system. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, what problem does your business solve? Which one? Which one? Which problem? I think y'all like kind of like interviewing, testing me. What problem does your business solve? Which one? For the real estate company, we provide long-term affordable housing to families at a high standard that would usually only be afforded to luxury people that are willing to spend luxury money. But we do that because the value that we get is you to be a long-term tenant that takes care of the property, and for us to continue to have tax write-offs while at the same time generating a significant amount of revenue. And it's slower money, but it's a lot more valuable in the end, long-term. As Eric says, 80 can put me as an authorized user. I'm trying to get to 800 at 740. TS Car Wash and Detail Services. Have you ever got game from someone else that is successful? And if so, what was it? I get game from people that are successful all the time. A lot of my people today are telling me that I still think too small. Like some of my mentors, The newer ones, they say I think too small. They said I need to think bigger and I need to execute on bigger. Yo, as Eric says, I didn't hear that part. My bad. James says the reason why group economics doesn't work is because of hatred is one of them, but also pride. Some people just want spaces for themselves. I think it's just selfishness. Bryant Velez says, I'm a truck driver and was able to buy my home and was able to pay it off completely, but now buying actually a fourth house. Shout out to the truck drivers. Jamal Bradley says, I don't think it's a good move to get a 50-year mortgage, but have you been thinking of ways to use it to an investor's advantage? I will never recommend somebody get a 50-year mortgage, even if you're an investor. I just would never do it. I would never recommend getting a 50-year mortgage if you, even as an investor. I can't see the upside to a 50-year mortgage. I just don't. I don't. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. And I'm going to see y'all tonight on After Hours. Peace.